Hello everybody, Rob here from Average Hobby, and today I wanted to do a quick review on some dirty down stuff. So the dirty down rust, the verdigris, and the moss, which is my favorite, which I don't like, and all that stuff. So first thing I want to mention is the one I don't like. I'm just going to get it right off the bat. Moss. I understand it, and you get to see some of it here on the rocks. It's okay. It's just a matte green paint. It kind of looks mossy to a degree, yeah. The actual guy you're looking at here, I've done up in all, well, three technically, but you can see all the rust that I've done. The rust, oh, is amazing. The verdigris, aka the copper, is amazing as well. Let me try to see if I can get a better light on it here. Yeah, just look at that. That is amazing. The only thing on here is a silver base coat, and then just rust and verdigris, and that is it. And I mean, just look at that face. It's a face only a mother could love. But yeah, I really like the rust and the verdigris. To put in perspective, both these mechs here, the Vindicator and the Shadowhawk, are painted in the exact same colors. Gilly Doo from Army Paint or Speed Paint, with some silver highlights and things like that, a little bit of dry brushing. And then they're doused in the rust or the verdigris. So this one's doused in the rust. And look at how gross and dirty and ancient and old this thing is. What I did was I basically just took an entire master's brush from Army Painter, filled it up, and just whenever it started looking like it wasn't covering enough, put on more. The thing here is you can only put on one coat at a time. If you try to put on a second coat while your first coat is still going there, you might actually, or you have to put on a lot of it at the beginning as your first coat and then subtract. So what I do here is I put on a ton. Like you can see how much actually right here, how much there was. Then what I did was I just wet my brush and then just went down like this with it. It's got some soap on that. But yeah, I just did strokes down. And it would just wipe off whatever. And yeah, I think this thing looks ridiculous. You can even see like with how dark, it even got the shadows a lot darker. Which is just interesting because I didn't get the brush in. I just went straight down. And yeah, I really liked it actually. You see like even in like the area here, I really didn't get the, because I'll just turn it this way and you can see there is, can I even get the angle of the camera? No, I want you to, there you can see all the gunk. That's all just the dirty down rust. I put it on so thick you can see a couple little scratches from where some little flecks got in there from the paint, but yeah, or from the brush. But yeah, I mean that took that model from like a 6 to a 10 in my opinion. That model right there, from a 6 to a 10. And then I did the same thing on this one, except I used the verdigris, which didn't turn out as good. It looks like, honestly couldn't tell you what it looks like, but same method. The Vindicator is a little bit more curvy versus the blocky Shadowhawk, but oh, it looks so nice. So nice. I really love the verdigris. Basically all you do, big brush, slop it on, let it sit for a little while, let it dry. Then the same brush, wet it a little bit. I usually will wipe it just to get it not so wet, and then just start doing my streaks. And yeah, so far so good. I've used it only on one model, and that was my Norn Emissary, which you guys will see again and hopefully very soon. It looks really good. The rustiness on the base looks good. Actually, I will grab it. So you can see the rustiness on the base here looks really nice. Some more rustiness there. Right in there. And you see the moss. Now the moss, like I said, not that great. It's meh. And then the verdigris on the copper pipe at the back there. Oh, so good. So good. I gotta admit, these two are worth it if you're going to be doing a lot of copper and wanting to weather it. And a lot of steel, iron, metal. And want to weather it with the rust. Other than that, this one to me is a hard one. I got them as a 3-pack, so basically I got, for the price of them, I got two, and then a third one free. To me, in my eyes, this is the free one. It's okay, but it just doesn't hit as hard and as good as these two. One other thing, a vortex mixer. Huge thing you're going to need for these things, because they, oh my god, they are a pain. You have to shake the living bejeebus out of these things, as a heads up. They come with mixing balls mixed in, but I've added 2 additional Army Painter mixing balls in there. And what I do is I run them on my vortex mixer for a minute, and then I turn it upside down. So I'll run it for a minute, I'll turn it upside down, and then I'll run it for a minute again. And then I'll turn it on its side and run it for a minute, put it on its other side and run it for a minute, and then put it back up this way and run it for a minute. And that seems to mix it perfectly. The first time I used these, I mixed them just by hand. I just, went at that for about a minute and a half and just shook the living bejeebus out of it, and it didn't mix it well enough. So, mental note there. You do have to mix them like crazy. The lids also, you'll close them, you'll get restriction, like as if it's stopped, like I just thought it there, but then if you give it a little bit of an extra heave, they'll actually close. I don't know what it is about these lids. So you'll get it. There, it stopped, right? It looks like it stopped. Then you give it a little extra. They need that little twist. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's like because of the way the seal is, and there's a good seal in here. It's like the seal needs a couple seconds to kind of adjust to the pressure, maybe. I honestly don't know. But then after a couple seconds, you can give it that extra little twist. There we go. There we go. And yeah, that one didn't need it. And yeah, other than that, that's the only issues I really have with these, is that little extra twist you have to give them after you actually do it. The smell is an obvious thing because I believe the chemical, I don't think these are, oh, they are ethanol based. Okay, and acetone. Ooh, they have acetone in them. Interesting. Okay. Didn't know they had acetone in them. But I know they had ethanol. You can really smell the acetone in the alcohol. I wasn't sure what version of alcohol it was, but it's ethanol and let's see there. Contains ethanol, acetone, and then silica. That's what gives it its grittiness. But yeah, they stink. So be in a nice little well-ventilated area, or an area where you at least got a fan going. It doesn't bother me too much, but I would know, and I would understand if people were like, holy crap, this stuff stinks, because it does. It stinks pretty bad, but it is so good. It is very good. Like I said, the rust and the verdigris, definitely worth their weight in, or their volume to dollar ratio is really, really good for what they do and how good they do. The moss, not the biggest fan. I have a feeling this is going to last me a very long time. I'm probably going to end up at some point having to throw that out. The other thing I want to mention too is the gunkingness. Make sure you don't dip directly into the bottles. The reason for that is because you'll get little bits of, the silica and things like that. As you paint, will stick to your brush and will kind of gum up the end of the brush a little bit. Don't have an example right now. Get a little bit. You do one of several things. One, put it in a dropper bottle and use it in the dropper bottle fashion. Don't know how that would work or not. You probably need a good dropper bottle with a good seal on it. So I would have to to figure that out. Or the thing I normally do is I got 200 of these for $4 is eyedroppers, and just take a little bit, drop it on your palette, put a little bit on your palette, and then go from there. Worst case scenario, you got to dip in, suck in, and whatever. I usually go through, I think I went through one of these for each. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's definitely worth the money if you're doing that. I haven't seen anyone put them in dropper bottles because there's the alcohol in these. I don't know how well they would dropper bottle. And if the dropper bottle itself over time would gunk up. Yeah. Easy to clean as well. I basically just use Master's brush cleaner on my monster brush here, and it works pretty good. Every now and then when it gets a little gunked up, I'll run it through some Winsor Newton cleaner and hot water and an ultrasonic, and I'll just kind of, like if this is the ultrasonic, just kind of dip it in and hold it for a little while, and that'll clean it up. But yeah, all in all, pick yourself up some if you've been thinking about it. They're amazing. They're awesome. The moss, not so much. Yeah, not a biggest fan of that one. But yeah, the rust, if you only had to pick one, Dirty Down Rust. 100%, good to go. It's awesome. Price is a little high, but for what it does, it is just amazing at what it does. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Could have been watching anything, but you're watching this, so thank you very much. I hope I earned your like and subscription today. If it was your first time here, welcome. And I hope I earned that. If not, hopefully I'll earn it in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.